Hello, and welcome to the Overwhelmed Working Woman podcast. I'm your host, Michelle Gauthier, and I'm a life coach. I help overwhelmed working women stop feeling overwhelmed so that instead they can feel relaxed and more confident and calm no matter what they have going on in life. I know exactly how it feels to be that overwhelmed working woman because I used to be one. I quit my 20-year corporate career to become a life coach, and it was one of the best decisions that I've ever made. Now I get to spend all day helping other people feel better and improve their lives. And this podcast is an extension of that. I want to share what I know. I want to share simple tools that you can use to make your life feel less stressful. This podcast is for you if you have a never-ending to-do list, if you identify as a type A overachiever, if you wake up in the morning and your first thought is something like, I'm exhausted or I can't do it all today, if you're a people pleaser and you have a tendency to say yes, even when you want to say no because you always want other people to be happy with you or like you, if you suffer from mom guilt at work and work guilt at home, and just in general, this podcast is for you if you feel stressed and overwhelmed more than not. In each weekly episode, I'm going to help you feel more calm and less stressed. I'm a person who loves to take action. So when I want to solve a problem, when I have a problem that I'm trying to solve, I don't want to just keep talking about it. I want to know what to do. So from that place, I will share specific strategies and tools that you can use to feel better. And if you feel overwhelmed right now, you're not alone. Up to 80% of working women report feeling stressed and overwhelmed. And just as a side note, I feel like that's actually low. In my opinion, it's more like 98% of working women feel overwhelmed. And it makes sense that we are because we have stressful jobs and then we take on basically everything else. Women tend to do much more of the taking care of the house and the children, and all the things in life that need to be done tend to fall to women. So no surprise that we're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. So my goal in this podcast is to give you strategies to help you feel better so that you can feel less overwhelmed, more calm, more confident, and more grounded. It is totally possible. If you listen to this podcast and you love it, it would be amazing if you would subscribe and leave a review. When you do that, it just makes it easier for other people to find the podcast. And I want every single one of those 80 or 98% of women who are working, who feel overwhelmed, to find this podcast so that I can help them feel better too. No woman left behind, right? Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoy the podcast, and I hope to see you every week when I drop a new episode. Thank you for listening to the Overwhelmed Working Woman podcast. If you want to learn more about my work, head over to my website at michellegauthier.com. See you next week.